Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, August 10th. We have an informative show for you today. First, we'll be on location visiting with Laverne Wanous, a local concertina player for over 68 years, so we're looking forward to that visit. And then later on, we're going to have a replay of an interview we did with Dr. Simon Mittlal on the conversation about end of life. And it was a very good interview, so you'll want to stay tuned to learn how to have that conversation. To all our Owatonna viewers, we want to thank you for watching the show. And then we welcome any suggestions and comments you might have on show topics or guests. You can do so by emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by contacting our show's producer, Leanne T at 390-5751. Also at this time, we want to welcome the Steele County Free Fair as a sponsor to our show, and it's fair time again, so we welcome them. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, or on location with Laverne Wanous. So please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
It's fair time in Owatonna, Minnesota's biggest county fair. The Steele County Free Fair runs August 16th to the 21st. It's a show for the entire family. 40 thrilling rides on the Gold Star Amusement Midway. David Smith Jr. is back for 2 human cannonball shots daily on the Midway. 8 great grandstand shows, beer garden entertainment every day, 4 free outdoor entertainment stages. Grow, sow, and show it at the 2016 Steele County Free Fair in Owatonna.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. We're on location with Laverne Wanous, a longtime musician here on the music scene in Owatonna. He's been playing on different venues throughout the years, 68 years as a matter of fact. And so we're so welcome, Laverne, to the show. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be.
Now, as you can see, Laverne loves playing, but I'm going to ask you to just quit playing for a minute so I can ask you some questions. Such a passionate player. And we could go the whole segment, couldn't we, Laverne?
Oh, sure.
It's just something about that rhythm and the sound of the concertina that picks us up. Explain to our viewers, what is the concertina?
Well, it's got 4 reeds in it. They've got a high and a low switch. And, each button you push has got 4 reeds in it, and 2 are low, 2 are medium, 1 is high, 1 is low, and you pull the difference on the box. And they're handmade in New Ulm, and Christy Hengel made them. This is the first B flat that Christy Hengel made back in 1958. I played the first job at Monterey Ballroom New Year's Eve.
And these are handmade right now, and who makes them in New Ulm at this point?
Nobody in New Ulm. Jerry Menard in New Prague bought the business.
Okay, New
out.
Prague, okay. And if we look at this one, it's particularly to the right of you, there's some inlay there, and is that mother of pearl, or just a wonderful artistic work in that. If I could ask, what do one of these retail for today?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't checked them, but talk is in 14,000, 15,000 is what I've heard now.
Wow. So there's quite a technique and an art to it.
Yeah.
Out of these 2 concertinas, which one are your favorites?
Oh, I don't know, it makes much difference. This is a B flat, that's in the key of flats, and it's easier to play with horns. That's in the key of C, and they play guitar players and singers play more in sharps, and it's easier to play with that. I still play the same songs on both of them, but try to get along with other players too.
And just quickly, what's the difference between a concertina and a accordion?
Piano accordion?
Yeah.
Piano accordion has got the same keyboard as a piano, and in and out is the same thing. Where this one here is in.
Okay. You're triple tasking at the moment.
In and out is altogether different. You go all over the keyboard no matter what key you play in.
Okay, so you have
Bass on this
bass,
side, treble
melody,
on this side.
and plus this.
Plus this.
So you're doing your thing.
And you shake a little bit.
Okay, how did you get started playing this?
Well, my dad played push button accordion, and I was, I suppose, 5, 6 years old, and he got me started on that, and I learned to play by ear. And I'd done that for some years, and then I liked the concertina, and the guy behind me, lived behind us by the name of George Mike, had a concertina, and we go back and forth, play together, and I always liked the sound of it. And I picked up a little double for $50 and on a road concertina salesman, and picked it up. And make a long story short, I went to the concertina. Then George Meichner helped me along a little bit. And I knew how the songs went in my head because I learned to play by ear, but I had to learn the keyboard all over. And so George helped on that little, and we got her going.
Now you're from here in Owatonna.
Right, my life.
Oh, your whole life. So you learned at what age again? 4 or 5? Did you say?
4 or 5 was on the push button accordion to start with.
So you've been playing for 68 years, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you grew up, how often did you start playing on venues and different things here in the area, such as the fair and whatnot?
Fair, I started to be probably 67, 8 years ago. I played at the old dairy judging arena on the fairgrounds. I was on the radio at KDHL with an 8-piece band. I was on there that time. That's where my start was. And I went in the service, and I come back and I started my own band, and we play Carrefour and KDHL, the radio tents out in the crowd, right on the live radio, and that went over. A lot of fun doing that. And
could you tell us what this picture is here that I'm holding?
That's me back in 1959, in the earlier part of 60, monkeying around, and had my concertina sent over there in Germany, and then got the room there where you can check out instruments and play with other people. So I got started with that, and one thing led to another, and I played the bass drum with my left foot and the cymbal with my right foot, and I got a harmonica holder, and I played that with the concertina. I went to a one-man band. And the gal that was there running it, she went and entered me in the all Army entertainment contest, and so she got them clothes for me, and went on from there.
Now, is this when you were enlisted? What part of the service did you serve in over there?
Army.
Okay.
I was drafted for 2 years. I spent 19 months in Germany.
And you could not locate a concertina in Germany?
I couldn't find one in Germany, not in the town we were at. I looked all over, I couldn't find one.
That's
so I
amazing.
had to have this one sent over.
So how did you do with this show? Did you get any special recognition?
Well, no, not special recognition, but they had to win 5 times, and I won 3 times. And the 4th time I lost to 2 guys doing pantomime. There was something to know it, but that's what I lost out to anyway.
Okay. So then you came home.
And I come home.
And you were busy. You're busy running the farm as well, correct?
I started farming and started the band both.
I don't know how you started. Why don't you? How you had time? Why don't you explain what we're seeing here in this photograph?
That's 1971 out the Monterey Ballroom. We played a Christmas party out there. That was my band in 71.
And how many pieces did you have in this band?
7
pieces.
Yeah.
And how long did this band perform together?
We had the big band for 54 years, I guess, something like that. And then my back bothering some and lifting all them heavy speakers and batteries for parades. We used to do 11, 12, 13 parades a year. And so I go down to myself, just playing by myself now, and I'm still busy doing that.
What do you enjoy what do you enjoy most about playing the concertina?
I enjoy playing, but I enjoy the people having fun and come around with a smile and, little sassiness back and forth, and make people smile and talk smart, and I enjoy that part.
Well, besides having the talent of multitasking and playing these instruments, you have a unique gift. Do you read music?
No.
So how do you know when obviously you played with a band and there is music, can you explain your technique and how you perform?
There is concertina music, and I bought the concertina music, and Berlin Staska wrote the band music off the concertina music, so it matched my stuff when I played, and I just, I knew what key I was in and everything with them, so the horns, so everything matched and the same.
Mm-hmm. So if you hear a song out once and you think it would make a nice polka or a nice rendition on this, can you just sit down and play it?
Hear it a couple times, yeah, I did. That was one thing that I bought a lot of music years ago. You gotta get it for the band. Well, you can't find music, and found out that they go 2-3 years before they release music. Well, I heard it a couple, 3 times, and I'd pick it up. We played it at a dance. Mm-hmm. Well, how did you pick that out? Well, heard it on the radio. Oh. No music, and the band guys would follow too.
And I'm sure you have a huge following, and you're much beloved here in the area and at the Steele County Fair. You would like to share something with the people at the fair, correct?
Well, I've had a great time. All the friends that have developed in 27 years playing in Texas, and as far as playing the fair, that stuff, I just got to admit that it's been a great pleasure to play at the fair here all those years, and the board and Elmer Riesland, all the guys involved, people involved there, it's been super. Just I can't say enough for them. It's been a real pleasure, milestone in my life.
Well, we appreciate all you've given to the Steele County Fair over the years, and those people in general that have been entertained by your unique gift and talent. I would like to let you know that Laverne Wanous will be playing Tuesday at the Livestock Hall of Fame, and the day the fair opens from 12 until 1. And then he'll be Tuesday late afternoon to evening at the Four Seasons, 5 to 9. And Wednesday, he will be at the Four Seasons Wednesday through Thursday, 4 to 8, and then Sunday, 1 to 4. And then on Friday, you can see Laverne also at the KRFO stage beginning at 1 p.m. Laverne, how about you take us out with one of your renditions? It's been a pleasure. Woo! Way to go, Vern.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for, a pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we were recently on location at the Engaged for Life Senior and Caregivers Expo. And we had a discussion with the keynote speaker, Dr. Simon Mittlal, about the conversation. Hi, Dr. Mittlal. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge with us today. Before we get into the subject at hand, would you please share a little bit about yourself and how you ended up back here in Owatonna?
Sure. Well, it's been a joy to be back in Owatonna. I was here 6 years ago, is when I left. I currently live up in the cities and I work in senior care. I work in nursing homes, providing care on site, and we deal with this issue a lot. And so I'm excited to be here today.
What is it that you do up in the cities right now? Do you specialize with that industry? Or?
Yes, we're very much involved in what's happening in the senior care population, both inside nursing homes and outside. And we're providing a lot of support and provider services, medical services, to help them really navigate some of these very challenging issues.
Now, the conversation we're going to have today is the elephant in the room.
It is.
The conversation we probably all need to have. Yeah. So why don't you shed some light on that? Sure. What is the conversation?
Sure. The conversation is really the most important conversation that we're not having. And it's about death. And we're very uncomfortable about talking about it in ways that can help us really understand how would we like to die. And when we think about that, I think the studies would show that most people are not having this conversation. We're thinking a lot about it, and I think we want to have the conversation, but we're not really absolutely having that in ways that allow our loved ones to know what we really want at the end of our lives. And also with our healthcare providers and healthcare teams, how do they know that we're going to follow the wishes, we're going to keep dignity as a high priority in these interactions that we have at the end of life?
When is the right time to have, I know timing's everything.
Yes.
When is the right time?
Yeah, there's no perfect time because everybody feels so uncomfortable with the issue. What I find is that setting time aside and really thinking through what it is you're wanting and what you want to say, and then recording that in a way that allows people to know exactly what you would want during some of these very, very challenging times. I would say when not to have the conversation is not in the emergency room or a medical crisis situation. Those become very challenging because there's so much emotion wrapped around what's going on, and there's so much information that are coming at both the patient and their families to make decisions that are very, very important to them.
When you have the conversation, what are some points that should be included in that conversation?
Sure. I think it's important for people to be able to express, what do I really want at the end of life? What are the things that are really important to me? So for example, is it important that you're in a hospital or at home? Is it important that you're treating pain, treating discomfort? Is it important that you prolong life? Is it important that you have the ability to say goodbye to your loved ones or to be able to communicate with your loved ones? Those become really important value statements that help you as an individual decide, this is how I want this to go. Most people would say they don't want to die in a hospital, and yet in this country most people do die in hospitals. And so if that's not what you want, how can we change that? How can your loved ones help you in that and recognize that that's not what you want? Most people may not want to be on a breathing machine, for example. Okay, so what does that mean, and how do we now provide the right support?
Yeah. What are some of the documents that would assist a family in having the conversation?
Sure. So we talk about advanced care planning, which is really a way of thinking through what do I really want. We want to record that in a couple of different documents. The first one is the healthcare directive. And the healthcare directive, also known as the living will, can do several things. It can allow you to assign a healthcare proxy, so somebody who can make healthcare decisions when you can't make decisions for yourself. It can also outline very specific treatments, and it can do one or the other or both of those things. We recommend that both are in that document, that there's a real clear understanding of what you would want and what you don't want, and also that there's somebody that you really trust and have had the conversation with who can be your healthcare proxy.
Okay. So if you have the paperwork in line, does it take the pressure off the family?
Oh, very much so. And oftentimes, and many of us in healthcare have seen this, where there's a lot of discomfort and a lot of different opinions that come to light. And so what becomes real difficult in that is how do we have a way to clear the air and make sure that we've got the right things in place.
All right. You said not to necessarily use a shock factor in just presenting this conversation. How should it be administered? Is it something that we do all in one sitting?
Sure. Most of the time, no. Most of the time, we really want to have this over time because people need to think through their process and they need to think through their answers. And as loved ones, we have our own emotional pieces that we've got to kind of manage and deal with. So it is something that I recommend having over time in multiple conversations. And also to remember that the decisions made aren't written in stone and can be changed. I think those things become real important factors.
How did you become an expert in this area?
Well, unfortunately, I've had very personal experiences, both with my mother and my father.
I'm sorry.
I thank you for that. My mother passed away when she was 51, and just really seeing her go through a very difficult time in her death process was very challenging. There was a lot of denial. There was not really a conversation. She went through procedures that really were very uncomfortable for her. My father passed away recently in January, and he had a very different death experience where he passed away quietly, peacefully, loved ones around him. But we had a conversation about what he wanted, and it made all the difference in the world. So it became a very personal thing, and being in the field that I'm in, seeing the discomfort and the challenges that both patients and families face when we have options. We have ways of having this conversation in a way that really allows people to be more settled.
And so personal experience really is a driver for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Also, you said a child that's later in life, us baby boomers,
Yeah.
we're all getting later in life, we're having parents that are later in life due to our healthy living, things like that.
Right.
So this conversation can be had on both sides at the same time.
Absolutely. And it's really interesting when you start having these conversations as a family, people will start to offer, here's what I want as well. They start to offer those things. And it may not be a complete conversation, but it's a conversation that allows that to continue over time.
And it can be fun. It can, even though the topic is serious and it's sad, but I think if it's done in advance, it can almost be fun, a fun thing to kind of tease each other a little bit about it.
And you can do some reminiscing, and there's some fun things you can think about, and you can be kind of silly about it as well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be stood on my head, for example. So there's definitely some fun things you can do with it.
Not that it's a fun issue,
Sure.
but it's a serious issue. Can you share with us some of the myths about hospice?
Sure. So hospice is really widely used now, and it's used not only for terminal illness, it's really used in a way to say, can I help an individual be comfortable? Can I help them really manage their symptoms so they're not in pain, they're not short of breath, they're not in discomfort? They may be in a dying process, but there are times that people graduate hospice and they actually do well because we've managed their symptoms well.
So don't necessarily shudder. Would you explain in the different paperwork documents you talked about, one that was unique to me, and maybe you could clarify quickly here, is the PULSE.
Yeah, the PULSE stands for the Provider Orders for Life-Sustaining Treatment, and it's divided into 3 different sections. One is whether you want CPR, and the next is really a description of what are your goals, what are you trying to accomplish. And then the third section really talks about specific treatments that you may want or you may not want. And so it allows the provider to really know that. And it is signed by the doctor, so it actually becomes an order that can now be used by the healthcare community.
And could you explain how that could be used quickly at a 911 situation as well?
Absolutely, and that's a very common scenario where 911 is called. If that document is available, it can give direction to the paramedic saying, okay, here's what I know what this individual would want versus what they wouldn't want. And now that can help direct the treatment and really help individuals get what they want and be respected.
And quickly, what are the two things needed to make these documents legal?
So you do need a witness, and you also do need a notary signature on the document, and that does make it a legal document.
Where they would have to carry it
Correct.
out or whatever.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for having the conversation and sharing all your knowledge with us. You've probably made it easier and helped others to take a first step. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so
me
much,
today.
Dr. Mittlal.
Appreciate that.
Yes. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We hope you enjoyed Laverne Wanous and his concertina music, and then also we hope you learned something beneficial in attempting to have the conversation about end of life with those you love. We appreciate Dr. Mittl's knowledge. It's time for community announcements. Anyone wishing to apply for work at one of the Steele County Free Fair vendors should stop into the fair office and register your name. Vendors will contact you directly. Yoga on the Patio at the Steele County Historical Society. It's a 7-week series. It begins, it'll be on Tuesdays, and it begins August 9th, September 20th at 10 a.m. You can drop in, and there is a $3 charge. Movie in the Park, Friday, August 12th at Central Park. We're celebrating the 2016 Rio Olympic Games with a show of Rio 2, Under the Stars. Movies will begin at sunset. Come a little early to join in the fun, as we'll be playing some Olympic-themed games an hour before movie time. And concessions will be available. Join us for a meet and greet of past Roosevelt School students, staff, families, and friends, Saturday, August 20th, 2016, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Weekend of Steele County Fair, Darts Park Pavilion, use Cherry Street entrance, and please spread the word. Woodstock Music at Lake Chase Park, August 26, 5 to 7 p.m., featuring Jake Jones. You want to miss that. And Sundays in the State Summer Movie Series, which is offered at North Cedar, former State Theater space. On August 28th, they're going to be playing Remember the Titans, fun movie to watch. And be our guest, serving community meals in God's name. Free meals are available each week in Owatonna at the following locations. On Tuesdays, they're at St. Joseph Catholic Church, and on Wednesdays, they're at Bethel Baptist Church, and on Sundays, they're at Trinity Lutheran Church. Tri-M Graphics 2017 Annual Photo Calendar Contest is now open. Gather your favorite photos and enter them today. Share with your friends and family. $1,000 in prizes will be given away. Only 2 photos allowed per person. Open to U.S. residents only. Themes can be anything, and $1,000 in prizes is up for grabs. The contest will close September 30th, 2016. Well, we want to thank you for watching us today, and we hope that you will tune in with us on Friday when we'll be learning all about the Steele County Fair. We'll have a preview with Jim Gleason and Todd Hale, so you'll want to join us on Friday. Until then, have a great day. We'll see you on Friday.